Hey guys, welcome back once again. For those of you new here, hello and welcome. My name is Evie. Now today we are actually going to be kind of going through the new trailer that has just dropped for the Planet Zoo pack that is coming out on the 18th of October, which is the Planet Zoo Twilight pack, which is... you'll just have to wait and see. If you haven't seen the trailer, enjoy the first time watching it. I love the spooky bat. Oh, hello. Cheeky little boy. I do like the spooky gargoyle kind of themes that they do have going on. It is obviously a lot, but it is nice. He's just too cute. Too cute. Obviously coming 18th of October, which is actually, I feel like a little bit closer than what they'd usually announce it at. So let's take this all the way back to the start and let's go through this first scene here. Now, for one, the obvious. We're gonna go on these beautiful lanterns right here. I love them. I do. I think they're beautiful. I quite like them. They are slightly gothic, but not ridiculously gothic. I think they're just fun. They've got that witchy vibe to it. So what else I can actually see here is there is these plants over here. There's one here, and there was one just back before. Here, can I go back a little bit? That's too far back. And that's too far forward. Okay, we love that. Okay, let's go. Here, we'll just go here. It's a little bit dark, but there is that yellowy ones just there. But you've got these beautiful, twisty, gnarly kind of branches. Now, I'm hoping that they are separate pieces and you can just use them together. I think that'd be more versatile than having to use the stick, of course. And you do see one hanging from a tree here, so that does give me hope that they are separate pieces. Now, secondly, these kind of like orangey leaves that are on the ground. I don't think I've seen those before. They seem new to me. Whether or not that is tied in with the other leaves here or if they're part of the path, I'm not too sure, but I do really like them. The tree, this gnarly, bent over, dead looking tree, tickles my biscuit. I love a good dead tree. I love a good alive tree also, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like they're so versatile. They're so easy to use. Like this one here, so easy to use, so good. We've also got these trees here. They look like a combination of dead and also alive. Like this looks like it's got no leaves on it, but there's so much foliage around. It's a little bit hard to actually tell. Okay, so we've also got these fence pieces here, which I do like. I really do quite like that cast iron garden aesthetic. Like it reminds me of, obviously these ones are quite gothic, but I hope that they are recolorable to be white or green or whatever color you want, obviously, to be able to use them in that like old English garden kind of sense, if that makes any sense to anyone else but me, with like the trimmed hedges and the peacocks and like the extravagant, well-kept gardens. I hope that we can use it in that sense as well, and they're not just straight black. Okay, so that confirms my suspicion that these plants here, they've got the yellow, the pink, and the white are all the same. This looks like maybe some creeping vine? Maybe, I'm not too sure. These trees do look all new. Like this one, looks dead, but there's so much foliage around, so I'm a little bit confused as to what is and what isn't. But other than that, you can see some more of the kind of cast irony pieces down here. It looks like they're sitting on like some cement or something. So that could be a new barrier. It could maybe just be a new fence piece or just a decor item. Who knows? Look at the little speedy boy. Okay. So let's have a look at these ones here. You can see just here we've got the spiderweb tables, and behind me is a chair that you'll see in the next scene anyway. I think they're a little bit, like they work well in this pack, don't get me wrong, and they look beautiful, but I just don't know when you'd be able to use them outside of that pack. I might be wrong. I might be able to recolor them and make them all black or something or whatever, and they work really well. So only time will tell. But this is the first time we see them, and I don't know if you've noticed them yet, but if you haven't, how have you missed them? The beautiful glowing mushrooms. I love bioluminescence. I love that shit. Like that tickles my biscuits through and through. Avatar killed me. It started something inside of me, and now I can never get enough bioluminescence. So glowing mushrooms, although they do look a little bit like they don't look like realistic mushrooms. They look a little bit cartoony. I love them. I don't know when I'm going to use them. I don't care. I want them. This path as well, I think that's new. We do have like a cobblestone kind of path, but I don't think it's this one. I don't think it looks quite like that. I do like the window that we've got over here, and this, I'm guessing, has to be one whole piece. That can't be built, surely, unless they're going to give us some really small pieces. I do like this theme. It reminds me a little bit of like, it's a cross between like the Arctic pack and like the European pack that we did get. I think those styles will be able to mesh well together if we can, of course, change the color, because these are like beiges and reds. Well, they look beige here. They could very well not be. But I think if we can mash those pieces together through like 3 packs, that would be incredible and kind of expand what we've already got. This looks like a beautiful brickwork here, as well as nice arches, which I'm guessing are one piece. It looks like we've got a mix of roof. Looks like this is like a scalloped, like a mermaid tail, if that makes any sense to you guys. And then up here looks like actual bricks, I think, unless that's just because it's so far away. But this is the fence that I was talking about before. I doubt that it's a barrier, but it does look like a fence of some kind. It looks like a whole piece. I'm hoping it is, because that would be nice and easy, instead of having to use these pieces to come up with your own fences if they did supply us with some. Now there's a beautiful gnarly tree, a beautiful little gargoyle wombat, which I think you will see in a little bit as well. And it looks like we've got some nice kind of creeping vines over the back here. Like there's a beautiful orange one and some green ones, so whether or not they are recolorable, as well as what's over here. How did I miss that? Like I was just looking at it but didn't notice the vines on it. Gosh. So there's some great gnarly trees here. There's this one here and this one that is like half in the habitat, half out. It looks great. Now jumping back to the actual mushrooms, I do hope that we can choose between having them lit, having them not lit. Like I would like to be able to control that aspect of it. This looks like a nice little tiki torch, but not a tiki torch, like a Gothic tiki torch. That was probably the worst description of a Gothic standing torch you've probably ever heard. Okay, but we'll go through to the next one, because I think we do get to see maybe some animals in a second. Okay, so this is the cauldron and the seat that I was talking about. This is obviously the side angle of the cobwebbed seat that goes with the picnic table. And this is just a... Surely that's not the bins. I hadn't even thought about that, but sitting right beside the chair, that could be a bin. Unless it's just a decoration piece, but I haven't seen any bins yet. That would actually be really fun. If that is a bin, that's something quirky, a little bit different. That's kind of cool. And there's a little bobby skunk over here. A little stinky boy. Now, I'm not sure about the trees because I don't actually play with the pines? Yeah, the pines a lot. But this kind of droopy one looks a little bit new to me. I don't know if I've really seen that before. As well as this fence railing over here. I'm guessing that's a prop. I'm assuming that that is like a pre-built fence piece, not barrier. It just looks too creative and different levels to be actual barrier. I'm guessing that is a prop piece that we do have, which I do really like as well. And you can see right over here, just a little nose poking out of the skunk sign as well, which is cute. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I can see here? That is just a low habitat gate over there as well. I think that's about all that you can see. I can't believe I hadn't thought about the cauldron. Okay, I'm just gonna let that play a second there. The cauldron's being a bin. Funky, impractical, but fun. This cute little gargoyle. Like, I can't handle it. It's actually making me tear up a little bit because it's such a little chonker. Like, it reminds me of a little French bulldog. Why is it going like this? I don't know. And I don't know if the candles will be connected with it or separate. They have candles on both of them, so who would know? I'm unsure if we've got just loose candles in the game yet or not, but I would like if they were separate. I don't necessarily always want things lit up. Nice brickwork over here, as well as this tunnel-y thing over here. So I'm assuming we're going to get some pieces just to play with. I'm guessing that could be a wall type, and I'm unsure if this wall type or if this is just like the existing plaster pieces. But look at the little wombat there. I didn't miss him, I promise. He's such a little bean. Oh. Okay, another incredible gnarly tree. There's not that much else in here other than the trees to look at, which I think that's what I'm most excited for here, are the trees that are in this game, because they're really selling it. Now, this looks like a... Oh, you couldn't see that lantern, but it looks like a bit of a chain coming off a lantern. This scene is what got me really excited. For one, there's really cute little statues. We've got the raccoon, we've got the skunk as well. There's also the other angle of the chair here. But this whole vibe here is giving me that, like, hobbity fantasy, like, traveling down a road that is fully enclosed by trees, and you just get this like little trickle of light through it. Obviously this is a Twilight one, it's meant to be dark. But if I can create walkways like that in my zoos, if they're giving us nice, like, bendy, over-the-top kind of reaching trees, I'm sold. I'm done. Sign me up, you know? And obviously a little bit of creeping vine here, so I don't know if that's part of the tree or if that is an add-on that you can put yourself. So we've nearly seen all of the animals so far. I think I forgot to mention what animals are even in this pack. It's silly old me. But we've got this beautiful gargoyle is going to be the fox. We've also got the wombat gargoyle that we have seen. There is the raccoon and the skunk. And then the most exciting part of this entire pack is not those 4 animals, in my opinion, although the wombat, I might redact that statement. So one of the exciting things of this pack is that we are getting large exhibits. I know, it's taken a while. It's been a hot minute. We've only had small exhibits this whole time, and when you're searching through it, you're like, well, where are the large ones? They're here, finally. We're getting a 20 by 12 by 8 rectangle large walk-through habitat. I might add, forgot to mention that at the start. And they are going to be housing the Egyptian fruit bat, which I know not everyone's into bats, but these bats are pretty freaking cute. They're just little fruit chompers. Just love a little bit of fruit. Not doing no harm, not sucking nobody's blood. Just living their best little lives. Now, we don't really see that in action in this trailer, so we will have to wait for further updates from Frontier, but pretty pumped about it, not gonna lie. But we'll continue with this before I go on a full tangent. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe that's the walkthrough habitat that we can see in the background there. You can just see the little tail of the fox here. Okay, we'll keep going. And I didn't pause fast enough, but these are some eyes that obviously glow in the dark. Very on theme with the Twilight Halloween vibe that they're going with. Am I going to use them? Probably not. I think there will be a lot of people that will be able to create really fun things with them, but I need to see them in front of me. I need to play around with them. I need to see what they can do and what they can't do. And I'm unsure if this fog, this mist, is already existing in the game. I do know that we have some special effects. I'm just not sure about those special effects. And I can see a bubble machine over here, which isn't anything new, so I don't see really any new, like, enrichment items at all, so we'll have to see. And this is the entry to the large walkthrough exhibit. Now, I'm hoping these stalactite, stalagmite situation are, like, I can put them on myself and not connected to the habitat. Obviously bats are in caves, so they're going with the theme, but I think I'd prefer it if I could put those on myself, but I don't fully understand how they would have a habitat, like, otherwise is it just a box? It doesn't make much sense. So we're just gonna have to see and wait for more information on that aspect of what the actual walkthrough habitats look like. Do they come pre-furnished, pre-furbished, or are they really customizable? Okay, so they obviously just skim through that and they don't show us anything on that behalf, which I will be keeping my eyes peeled, and so should you on Twitter, as Planet Zoo usually releases kind of still images of the animals leading up to the release of the pack over the next week. I reckon they will probably have different pictures of each of the animals. As you can see here, the entry and the exit of that, you can't see any bats. Or not that I can see any bats in there anyway. We will see a picture of them in a little bit when we go through the blog post though. Now this plant here looks new, so do these ones here. We might already have something like that, but this one looks like the elephant ear but much smaller in comparison to like the raccoon. So I'm hoping that's a new one. I would love some smaller foliage. I feel like sometimes when they create the smaller foliage, it's of like just like saplings and little ones of full grown plants. And I want like dense little plants, you know? I'm a simple girl with simple needs. I just need dense little plants. I love this little scene. Look at him. Oh, he just rubs his hands together like excellent, you know? Like he looks like he's up to so much mischief. This tree tickles my biscuit. I'd fuck with this tree. Look at its twist, its turns, it's pointy, it's gnarly. It's beautiful. I love it. But here you see that little plant again and again, and those other ones, they all look kind of new to me, just a little bit. Maybe that's a new one too? Maybe there's a couple of new little plants here. I don't know. I'd also love it if they added some mushrooms to the game that weren't those big, beautiful props. I'd love ground mushrooms. Just give me some little spores, little fungi. Like, just let me, just give that like foresty woodland feel. Oh, I'd love that. How have I not been more annoyed about there being no mushrooms in the game? Yeah, I just didn't know it was missing in my life until now. Oh, Planet Zoo Twilight Pack coming October 18th. And there we go. That is the trailer. Now we'll go on over to the blog post. So we're just on the blog post now, which shows us the render of the lantern, which is on this one again. So I'm really hoping that we have got, even if it's this is an option and just singular ones, which as we did see one in the tree, I am pretty hopeful for that. The beautiful little raccoon. This fungi, this little mushroom that they didn't show before, which I really like. I think there will be a lot of players in the game that do the creative kind of builds that make stuff out of stuff that's not it. You might be able to have fun with this. Like I've seen people that have built like aquariums and stuff, and I feel like you'd be able to create really nice coral reefs and stuff with some of these, or jellyfish, whatnot. So I can't wait to see what other more creative people can do with these that are a little bit left of field, left of center. But no, I do like that real Gothic kind of stone vibe. I just don't know how I'm going to implement it into the zoo without it feeling real themey, if that makes sense. Planet Zoo Twilight Pack arriving October 18th. Heyo zookeepers, we told you the sun had set on summer, and what does the sunset lead to? That's right, Twilight. Introducing the Planet Zoo Twilight Pack, which will be making its way to you on October 18th alongside the free update 1.11. What goes bump in the night? It's 5 new crepuscular? Can't say I've ever seen that word before, so I'm 100% sure I butchered it. Species for your zoos to enjoy. Give a warm welcome to everyone's favourite bandit, the mischievous raccoon. Gasp at the cuteness of one of the most beloved Australian marsupials, the common wombat. Sneak through the twilight with the ever-clever red fox, but be careful of the striped skunk. And last but certainly not least, take flight with the Egyptian fruit bat as we bring you an all-new exclusive feature, walk-through exhibits. And here we go. That is the picture of them. They're kind of terrifying looking, but kind of cute in the same sense. Now, we don't really get much from this. Like, I don't understand what this is. Is this like a bit of a cage, a bit of flooring, a bit of mesh? Also, what is this? Who knows? I think that's a little plant down there. I really can't see from this picture. But as we saw kind of before, this, like, that's not what the walkway looked like. They had like the full stalactites, stalagmites and everything, and it looked really quite cohesive, and this just looks like a square door. So I can't wait to actually get in and get to play with it and see what this large walkthrough exhibits will bring. Walkthrough exhibits are a new special feature coming to the Twilight Pack, featuring an exhibit with a bigger footprint, 20 by 12 by 8, that will allow you to house the new Egyptian fruit bat. These will be an exclusive to the Egyptian fruit bat in the Twilight Pack. The exhibit itself will be available to all players as part of the free update, to allow builders to have fun with the exhibit itself if they so wish. Builders will be able to enjoy 200 plus new scenery items. I feel like that's high. Is that more than usual? Maybe not. Some of which really make the most of the spooky season. Set the ambience with a whole new set of Gothic-inspired building pieces, including a range of Romanian architecture, a portcullis? Cullis? I have no idea. That's another word I've never seen. Today, we're learning stuff today, my dudes. And even zoo-thematic gargoyles. If you really want to capture the spirit of Halloween and create an area your guests are sure to never forget, you will love our new jack-o'-lanterns, glowing mushrooms, spider webs, and even a cauldron. Maybe the cauldron's not a bin, maybe that's just a building piece. Maybe I was wrong, although that would be fun if it was. I didn't see any spider webs though. Did you guys see spider webs? I might have missed that in my... There's so much to take in. I could have easily gone straight over my head and I could have missed it. Nature isn't being forgotten though. As well as the carved pumpkins, we're also adding a range of thrilling plants. Hide in the shade of the twisted bristlecone pine, or decorate a pumpkin patch in the new plants, including ghost fungus, foxglove, and piles of scattered fall leaves. So it's obviously piles of fall leaves. That's the orange leaves that we have seen. I'm intrigued by the ghost fungus. I hope that is actually a mushroom. You talk, like, I just got chills. I'm hoping that's a mushroom. That better be a fucking mushroom. I don't know what a gox glove is. Wow, my dyslexic brain is struggling. We have one more special surprise in store, introducing a brand new career scenario. Give them pumpkin to talk about. as we head to Transylvania-based zoo that's been left abandoned by our old friend Dominic Myers. Joined by Nancy, you'll arrive and learn you have a new famous bear to look after. Having been kept in an in-world celebrity... Okay, well that's questionable in itself. Having been kept by an in-world celebrity and not looked after properly, this Himalayan bear has made quite a name for itself in the news, and now guests are flocking to come see it themselves. Work together to give the bear the best life possible, and to create a spooktacular experience your guests are sure to love. And that is it. That is all that she wrote. Now, remember to keep your eyes peeled on the Planet Zoo Twitter, as they will be releasing more still images of the animals in the coming days, maybe week, very shortly, I'm sure, and you hopefully will get some more information on the large walkthrough exhibit, as I am very excited about that. Now, just like I have with some of the other packs, I will be doing an in-depth overview of, once it's released, I'll build a small zoo so we can see the animals in action, have a look at some of the pieces, some of the flora, some of the fauna, and just really be able to get a whole vibe of the pack. So that being said, I am going to love yous and I'm going to leave yous, and hopefully there's not quite as long as a break between videos as there was in the last one. I don't want to talk about it, okay? But I'm thinking I will upload a little life update video just for those of you who are interested to see where I have been and what has been going on in my world. I will upload a little something for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end here. I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, noon, or night wherever you might be in the world, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!